Hey guys, it's your girl Natalie back with another video. So if you haven't read the title yet, today we're going to be talking about domestic violence. Before we get into this video, don't forget to like, comment down below, and subscribe to your girl's channel. Let's get to the video. If you know somebody or you are a victim of domestic violence and things like that, please seek help. I know it can be scary, and it's like a very hard situation to be in because you're scared, you feel alone, but please seek help. You know, if it wasn't for my mom, I don't know where I would be at right now. I wouldn't be here right now, but I thank her so much for getting me out of the situation. Yeah guys, so let's just get straight to the video and I'll tell you guys, like, kind of sum it up. I was a freshman at the time. It was my first year of high school. I was in volleyball and that's how I met him. He was 18 at the time, I was 15. So yeah, I started off all, you know, when he was talking to me, texting me, telling me I'm the only one he sees, you're beautiful, this and that. Just things like that, guys. Like, it's cute, and I know females, like, we love that. We love when a guy compliments us. We love when a guy is sweet to us. We love that, the fact that they show us off, and nobody ever made me feel like that. So I was like, dang, I really like this guy. And there was one night where he was like, come to a football game, and I was like, I didn't really feel like it. Like, there was something telling me. And guys, if I cry, like, I'm so sorry, but anyways, he was like, you know, come to a football game with me, like, we can just chill. And I don't know why, but something in my heart was like, don't go, but I mean, things happen for a reason. But yeah, so he was like, go to the football game, you know, we can chill together. And I was like, okay, yeah, he's my boyfriend, let's go. So I went, and during halftime, he was like, hey, come to the parking lot, I have something for you. Meet me at my best friend's car. And I was like, well, if you have something for me, why can't you just bring it in here? But you know, I was just like, okay, whatever. Like, a guy's never bought me anything, so I was so excited, happy. I was like, oh my god, what is it? I saw him standing by his best friend's car, and he was like, oh, you look so beautiful, this and that. I was like, thank you. He was like, go in the back seat, I have something to show you. And I was like, why can't you just show me here? Like, I didn't understand that. I sat in the back seat, and he went on the other side and sat back there. And he was like, you know, I really like you. The whole time I was just like, yeah, like, oh my god, I really like you too. This and that. Like, okay, come on, show me my gift. What did you give me? They started kissing me. It started to get a little bit rough, and I was like, hey, like, stop, like, you know, I'm done. Where's my gift? He was like, well, it's, you know, and he looks down, and I'm like, I was like, what? It's what? And he was like, I'm just trying to show you what is it? And I'm like, okay, well, show me, come on. And this is where I started seeing certain things that I never seen before. He had grabbed my neck, and was like, you're my girlfriend, right? And I was like, yeah. And I was just like, you know, you're hurting me, get off of me, why are you doing this to me? And he was like, he finally took his hand off, and he was like, you're my girlfriend? He asked again, and I was like, yes. He was like, do you love me? And I was just like, bro, we've only been together for like a couple months. And I was just like, yeah, I do love you, this and that. And he was like, okay. He was like, you're my girlfriend, this is supposed to happen. And I was like, no, get off of me. I'm not gonna go into detail, but I ended up telling him, get off me. He didn't. Things happened. When everything was done, I was shook. I didn't know what to do. I got out of the car. And I, like, ran back to the football game. I couldn't talk to my mom about this. Besides, like, my friend, and my best friend at the time was his cousin. So when I went to the football game, went back to the football game, and I went to the restroom, she was there. She was like, bro, you good? Like, she was like, you look pale. And I was like, I need to talk to you. Like, I didn't know who to talk to. And then I kind of told her what happened. She was like, oh, it's normal, you're his girlfriend, it's supposed to go down like that. And I was just like, you know, I didn't think it was supposed to go down like that. You know, I thought it was gonna be, I didn't think that I was just gonna be laying there and just, you know, letting it happen. But yeah, don't ever tell him no. because you're his girlfriend. And I was like, okay. So he took something from me that night, you know. So I was very devastated, hurt, scared. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. Mind you guys, I was 15, so this is it. I was like, whoa, mind blown. Like, this is how it goes down. So finally, I wasn't comfortable, and I called my mom. I was like, Mom, can you come pick me up, please? She comes pick me up, and I try to look as normal as possible. And as soon as we got home, like, I cried my eyes out. I cried and cried because I just didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what the hell just happened. But it's supposed to be normal. That's what people were telling me. It's supposed to go down like that, like, you know. So months go by, and I still had that little phrase in my head, like, you're his girlfriend, it's supposed to go down like this, let it happen. So yeah, so, you know, he took that away from me, so I ended up falling in love. That's what I thought love was. Yeah, months went by. I started finding out that he was cheating on me, and I didn't want to believe it. I was like, no, he's not cheating on me. I would ask him, he's like, no, I'm not cheating on you, I love you, this and that. So I was just very like, you know, I love this kid, like, he's not cheating on me. People would tell me, I'm like, no, he's not. Or sometimes I will see it, but I was so like, I didn't want to see it, I didn't want to believe it. I was just like, no, he loves me, like, we did this, so we have to get married. It was my first, that's the guy I have to get married to, because that was just my mindset. That was how my parents raised me. A couple months went by, and it was already summer, and this is when it all went down, in the summer. So before summer came, he was like, you need a car. And I was like, well, why? My mom can take me here and there, like, I don't need one. He was like, but he was like, you need to find a car so we can be together. And mind you guys, I'm the type of person to try to make everybody happy. I do everything, and at the end of the day, I'm the one getting hurt, so I try to fulfill his needs and his wants. So I was like, okay. So I asked my parents for a car. I was like, Mom, I need a car. And they were like, well, why? It's not like you're working. So when they told me that, I was like, damn, I need to get a job so I can get a car for him. So I ended up getting my first 21. You know, it's full time in the summer. So I ended up having to get the car. I was happy. I was like, hey, I got a car. Like, I got a whip. I can go anywhere, you know, can do anything. So I finally got the car for him. He wasn't working. He was just drug dealing, doing his little thing. But he wasn't working. So I was always like, why do I have to work? Why can't you work? Like, yeah, you can do your drug dealing on the side, but you can also work. But that wasn't the case. He wanted to stay at home while I worked. So apparently I wasn't making enough money for him. He was like, this ain't shit, you ain't making this and this, I make this. And I was like, okay, well, what do you want me to do? Like, I don't, like, it's a retail place. I can't be making like $1,000 a week or whatever. So I'm just like, what do you want me to do? And he was like, get a second job. And I was like, shit. I was like, how am I supposed to manage another job, you know? But he wanted it, and I did it, trying to make him happy. So I ended up getting another job at Whataburger. So through the daytime I was working at Route 21, nighttime I was working at Whataburger. And I only had one car. We only had one car. It was just our car, my car, but you know. And yeah, he ended up starting to take me to Route 21. He drives back to his house. When I was out, he'll come pick me up, this and that. So I wasn't driving my car. It was actually him driving my car. So I think, like, I want to say 2-3 weeks passed. And he was like, hey, I really love you, this and that, you need to move in. I'm only 15, like, how am I gonna move out? Like, what the hell? I can't live off of, like, my Whataburger check and my Route 21 check. Like, I can't. He was like, come on, like, and that's when I noticed he started to be very aggressive, like, you know, verbally aggressive. He wasn't physically aggressive yet, it was just verbal, like, you know, this, things like that. So he was like, if you don't move in, like, it's done, it's over. And I was like, no, we have to be together. You took that thing from me, so we have to be together. And I was like, damn, how am I gonna tell my parents this? So I told him, okay, give me at least a week or 2 weeks to actually tell them, like, you know, who you are, and then tell them like, you know, I'm moving out. So the first week I ended up telling my mom that I had a boyfriend, and she was so happy. She was like, it's gonna happen, you know, you're 15, you're gonna have a boyfriend. It's not just, you know, be careful, don't do this, don't do that, stuff like that. And my mom's the type to want to meet everybody that I talk to. So she was like, when am I gonna meet him? So I told my mom, okay, like you can meet him. So she ended up coming to, I want to say it was one of my volleyball games, and they met there. And my mom never told me this till later, but my mom was like, oh, I'm so happy for you, this and that. He seems like a great guy. In reality, she was like, something's off about him. Something's off. But she wouldn't tell me nothing because she was like, you know, she looks happy. So she didn't say anything. She just kept it to herself. Okay, so I was like, okay, what's a go with my mom? She like, oh, I gotta tell my dad. And my dad was strict, very strict. So I was like, damn, how am I gonna tell him? So I remember we were at the kitchen, and I was like, Dad, I have something to tell you. I was like, I need to talk to you. And my mom was there, and I was like, I have a boyfriend. Like, I have a boyfriend. And he just looked at me, and he was like, okay. He didn't ask how old he was. My mom didn't either. And I was like, but he's not Mexican. And when I said that, all hell broke loose, and he was like, why not? Like, and I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. And he was like, okay, you ain't dating a Mexican, get the out of my house. I don't want you here. I was like, I mean, it hurt. It still hurts, because like having your own dad say that, it's like, wow, you know. I mean, things are different now, but at the moment I was just like, you're literally kicking out your 15-year-old daughter. You're kicking me out. And he was just telling me a lot of shit. My mom had to step in and was like, how are you gonna kick her out? Like, no, she's not going anywhere. And my dad was just like, get the fuck out of my house. And I was just bawling my eyes out, and I was like, okay, you want me to leave? I'll leave. And in my head, yeah, I was sad and this and that, but I was like, well, that's a great excuse for me to use, like, you know, I'm moving out, because my dad doesn't accept me or him. I started packing my stuff. And my mom, she knows everything. Like, if you try to sneak out, she already knows. Like, she knows. I guess it's that mom instinct that they say. But yeah, so she kind of knew like something was gonna happen. And she texted me when I was packing. She was texting me. She was like, are you okay? Are you packing or what? I was like, no, I'm gonna go to sleep. She was like, Mija, please don't leave. Like, don't listen to your dad. He's just mad. Just don't listen to him. And my mom was like, I don't care if you date a guy that's purple, like, you know, as long as you're happy. And I'm like, I can't be here, Mom. I can't be here with somebody who doesn't want me, just because I'm not dating somebody who's not Mexican. And my mom was like, don't worry about it, just stay, just please stay for me. And I ended up telling her okay, so she can, you know, go to sleep in peace. I snuck out the house, took my car. And when I took my car, I took a bottle of Ciroc that my mom had, and I was driving to his place, had my stuff packed, and I was also drinking and driving, because I was so hurt that my dad like literally kicked me out for something that, you know. Yeah, so I ended up getting to his house, and my mom called me at like 5:30. She was like, where are you? I thought you were gonna leave. I knew something was gonna happen. I should have slept. And I was like, nothing, like, no, Mom, like, I'm here at his house. I'm gonna stay at his house. She was like, Mija, no, like, how you gonna like stay over a guy? And I was like, okay, you don't want me to stay here, I'll go to my friend's house. And she was just like, promise me you're gonna go to her house. Like, and I was like, okay, I promise I'm gonna go to her house. But I was lying the whole time. I was lying, guys, because I didn't want to worry her, you know, because she was already going through a lot of things with my dad. So yeah, and that was the day where I was gonna tell them that I'm officially leaving the house. I did a lot of things. Like, I was like, I'm moving out because of you. If it wasn't for you, I would still be here. And my mom, she was like, no, don't leave. And my mom was already sick because her and my dad were going through, like, you know, some problems, some marriage problems. So me telling my mom that I was moving out just blew her mind out. But I knew I had to leave. I knew I had to leave because he was already showing me that he was, you know, gonna do something to me if I didn't leave. So I didn't care. I didn't care how my mom felt. I didn't care how nobody felt. And my mom like took my phone that night and was like, "You're not going nowhere." And I'm like, I was cussing at her. I was cussing at her because that's when I started being afraid of him. Because I was like, damn, if he's telling me this shit verbally, imagine what he can do. Like, you know. My mom was like, if you don't give me my freaking phone, this and that. And my mom was just shook because growing up, I was always the one smiling, never cussing, like, you know, things like that. I always had a smile on my face, and I was, so I was like, if you don't let me leave. And then I remember I got on top of the bed. It was her bed, and like kind of doing this to her, like, you know, you better let me leave. And my mom was just crying. She's like, how are you gonna leave? Like, it was just big chaos. When my dad defended me and was like, no, let her leave, like, it's her decision, she can go, I don't care no more, if something happens, that's on her. And I was just like, okay. And it was just me and my dad going back and forth, me and my mom going back and forth, and I was just like, I'm fucking leaving, this and that. My mom was just like crying her eyes out. I still remember her, like, her face. I still remember her face, like, when I was telling her a lot of unnecessary things to her. I was like, I hate you, this and that. I was just angry. I was just so angry at the fact that my dad did this. Now I really do have to move in with him. And I was also confused because he's never showed that side of him. So I was like, dang. But like I said, I was scared, so I was like, I need to go now. I need to go. And before I even got to leave, like, I was on my way out, my mom ended up passing out. Because of all the stress and the chaos that was going on. Like, when she passed out, I was like, damn, like, that's my fault. I did that to my own mom. My older sister was like, it's your fucking fault if she died. And yeah, and still at the time I didn't care. Like, yeah, I cried and stuff like that, but when she went to the hospital, I was like, I gotta get to him. I gotta get to him. He told me I need to be there. If not, something's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I need to get there. And the doctors ended up telling her she had like something, like, it was something with her heart. I don't know, it was something about a vein in her heart. I don't remember exactly, but yeah. So all the stress and the yelling, that's what made her pass out. But that thing comes, her condition comes within the years. So I mean, to this day she tells me it's not my fault that happened, it was my dad's. But I still blame myself because I felt like I set it off. But anyway, she ended up going to the hospital. I cared, but I cared about myself too. I was like, no, I need to, like, I don't want to not go to his house and then something worse happens. So I went, and yeah, and I started living there. But I ended up telling my mom that I was actually staying at one of my friend's house, just so she won't worry. That's why I told my whole family I was at my friend's house. Like, long story short, guys, the first time he laid a hand on me, like actually hit me, was when he was getting his hair cut. He was getting his hair cut, and one of his friends was with us, and you know, we all walked in the barbershop. I sat next to his friend. Didn't think nothing of it, you know, because I wasn't doing anything, but I didn't think nothing of it. And I should never done that. He got done getting his hair cut. We walked outside, and he looked at me. He was like, ho, like, you're a hoe. Why did you do that? I was like, did what? Like, what are you talking about? I don't know what did I do? So confused. And he was like, get in the mother car. And I was like, okay. And his best friend was still there. His best friend got in the car. He drove off from the salon place. And I was still wondering, like, I kept asking him, like, what did I do? Like, what did I do wrong? What, like, I literally was just there. Did I tell you something? Did I not see something? Like, tell me. He was quiet, and my heart was pounding. I was like, damn. And I just kept thinking, what did I do? Did I do this? Did I do that? Like, what did I do for him to get this? And then he pulled over to the side, and he was like, get out. I was like, why? Like, we're in my car. Why do I need to get out of my car? He's like, get out. And I was like, no. I was like, no. He said, all right. He gets out of the driver's side, comes to my side, opens the door, pulls me by my hair, and like throws me on the floor, and there's like dirt, rocks, and stuff like that. My knees scraped, and I was like, what is wrong? Like, what did I do? And he said, you're a hoe. Why are you gonna sit next to my friend? This and that. I was like, I didn't do anything. I just sat by your friend. Like, there's nothing between us. Like, nothing. I saw you laughing with him and this, and I was just like, and his friend said something, and I started laughing. But we weren't talking about like anything like that, like cheating or anything. It was about the scene on the TV. And I was explaining to him while I was on the floor, and he was like, no, you're lying. I knew you were a slut. You were a hoe. Like, just saying all this bullshit. And I was like, no, okay, I'm sorry. I was just like, I'm sorry. And before I remember the third sorry, like he just hit my jaw, and he started kicking me in my ribs. He started kicking my ribs and was just, you know, calling me different things, and I couldn't get it up anymore. Like, I was so shocked. That's the first time he's ever hit me. I was so shocked. I was shaking. I was scared. I was hurt. I didn't know what to do. And I was just there. He was just kicking me, hitting me, and the whole entire time I just saw his friend laughing in the car, not helping, laughing, just laughing at me. And I was just like, bro, what is this? You were never like this, so why is this happening? You know? And I was like, it's my fault. I should never said that. I kept blaming myself. I was like, it's my fault, you know. And then after that, he drove off. He drove off in my car, and I stayed there. I didn't know where I was at. I didn't know where to go. I had my phone, but it was like, who could I call? Couldn't call my mom. Couldn't call my sisters. I had nobody. And I also lost a lot of friends when I was dating him, so I didn't have any friends. 2 hours passed. He finally comes, picks me up, and I was just there. I couldn't move. I was so sore. And he picks me up, and he's like, I'm so sorry. I just got so mad. I don't want you to be with nobody else. I just looked at him. Like, I was so scared. I didn't want him touching. I didn't want to look at him. I didn't want to get in the car. But it's like I wasn't gonna stay here by myself, like in the middle of nowhere. And I get in the car, and he started talking to me and kissing me, and I was just there. I was there, but I wasn't, if that makes sense. So, you know, I let it go. You know, I put that past behind me. I put it behind me, but it was still like, I wasn't over it. Every time I talked to my mom, I told her so many things that like a daughter shouldn't tell their parents or their mother, but I told her some things that were like, damn, you know. I didn't know how to express myself. I was so scared to tell her. I was so scared to open up. So I just kept, my target was her. I was just verbally like yelling at her, doing this, saying this. She didn't know why. She didn't know why I was changing all of a sudden. And at that point, I didn't care. I was telling her like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna do this. So many things. And then, you know, things started to get worse and worse.